There's a bench beside the library door where two old men would sit at 4:30. They'd argue over baseball and the news. One wore a cap, the other wore old shoes. I'd pass them on my way to catch the bus. They'd wave at me like I was one of us. And somewhere in their years I found a peace, a kind of slow and generous release. Empty bench, nobody sits there now. The town moved on, I can't remember how. Empty bench, with the paint worn through, still holding all the hours that they knew. I sat there once last winter on my own. The cold came through my coat down to the bone. And in the stillness of that afternoon, I heard their laughter like a quiet tune. Empty bench, nobody sits there now. The town moved on, I can't remember how. Empty bench, with the paint worn through, still holding all the hours that they knew. Still holding. Empty bench, empty bench.
Took the night train just to have a ride. No destination, just the countryside. The town slid past like pages of a book. I pressed my face against the glass to look. A woman slept across the aisle from me. The old man hummed something in a minor key. The conductor punched my ticket without words. Outside the window, only fields and birds. Sometimes the going is the point itself. A moving room, a pause upon the shelf. Night train to nowhere, that was fine with me. Just the sound of iron on the track, running free. Night train to nowhere, long and dark and slow, taking me to somewhere I didn't need to go. I got off at a station, no one there. Just a single light and the cold night air. Waited for the morning train back home, and felt completely fine to be alone. Sometimes the going is the point itself. A moving room, a pause upon the shelf. Night train to nowhere. nowhere. That was fine with me. Just the sound of iron on the track, running free. Night train to nowhere, long and dark and slow, taking me to somewhere I didn't need to go. Nowhere at all. Night train rolling on.
You drove me to the airport that gray day. We talked about the weather all the way. The flight, the bags, the gate, the time to spare. Two people saying everything but there. I checked in and you waited by the door. The kind of pause we'd both been through before. We hugged the way that people hug goodbye, when neither one of them will let it cry. The words were there inside us all along, just too afraid of being right or wrong. What we didn't say still fills the room, like morning light inside an empty room. What we didn't say was quiet underneath the everything. I still don't know if you felt what I felt, or if the silence was the only hand we dealt. But looking back across all those years, what we didn't say still finds me here. The words were there inside us all along, just too afraid of being right or wrong. What we didn't say still fills the room, like morning light inside an empty room. What we didn't say was everything, the quiet underneath the everything still fills the room. What we didn't say. Played in Miller's field until it froze. Nobody owned it, everybody knows. It stretched from the fence line to the hill, and on a clear day you could see the mill. In summer we would camp there overnight and tell the kind of stories that invite a shiver and a laugh, and then the stars, as close as they would ever get to ours. A field is just a field until it's not, until it holds inside it all you've got. Miller's Field is condominiums now. I drove past slowly, not remembering how. Miller's Field still lives inside the chest, where all the fields we loved in us suppressed. I told my nephew, he just nodded slow, the way that young folks do when old folks go, on about a place that isn't there. He was kind enough to act like he could care. A field is just a field until it's not, until it holds inside it all you've got. Miller's Field is condominiums now. I drove past slowly, not remembering how. Miller's Field still lives inside the chest, where all the fields we loved in us suppressed, still pressed inside. Miller's Field.
Dries along the line, a pale and patient row. Each thread recalls your hand in mine from years we used to know. Time does not divide, it only lets things glide across a quieter shore than either asked before. The daylight folds the yard in calm and even tone. The hardest part was not so hard once standing there alone. Time does not divide, it only lets things glide across a quieter shore than either asked before. A breeze moves through the trees, it carries small release. The past is not away, it waits beside the gate. Time does not divide, it only lets things glide across a quieter shore than either asked before, and leaves the heart untied. Baked on Sundays, always had, she said, the whole house filled with warm and rising bread. My father read the paper in his chair, and I played on the floor without a care. Those mornings had a sound and had a smell, a language only a family knows to tell. I didn't write it down, I didn't know that one day I would need it so. Flower and Sunday, warmth inside a room, a life so full it had no need for gloom. Flower and Sunday, simple, soft and true, the kind of love that holds you when you're through. Now I bake on Sundays for my own, and try to pass the warmth that I was shown. My children drift in from the other rooms, drawn by the bread, drawn by the old perfumes. Flower and Sunday, warmth inside a room, a life so full it had no need for gloom. Flower and Sunday, simple, soft and true, kind of love that holds you when you're through. Simple and true. Flower and Sunday, we fished that river every other week, my grandfather and I, too tired to speak. The line would drift and tangle in the reeds, and neither one of us had any needs. He'd light his pipe and let the morning go. I'd watch the water moving dark and slow. We never caught much, never kept a thing, but every year we went back every spring. Slow river, carry me back to then, before I knew I'd need it all again. Slow river, you were more than just a stream, you held the two of us inside a dream. He's been gone now for almost 20 years. But when I find a river, I find him here. I bring my grandson now, we sit the same, and barely speak and almost say his name. Slow river, carry me back to then, before I knew I'd need it all again. Slow river, you were more than just a stream. You held the two of us inside a dream. Inside a dream. Slow river,
kettle hums a tender line, steam curls in the morning light. A chair stands close to mine, still holding last night's quiet. We left our words upon the air, like coats upon the stair. No sorrow filled the room, just space enough to bloom. Your cup has left a ring, a circle pale and slow. It says we shared a spring, more gently than we know. We left our words upon the air, like coats upon the stair. No sorrow filled the room, just space enough to bloom. The floorboards breathe beneath my feet. Simple rhythm, soft and sweet, what fades is not undone. It rests when day is done. We left our words upon the air, like coats upon a stair. No sorrow filled the room, just space enough to boom, and silence keeps it fair.
I grew up where the ocean met the cliff, where fog would roll in like a morning gift. His father kept the light through every night and taught the boy to love what guides the light. He'd climb the stairs and watch the beam go round, a slow and steady and a trusted sound. And in that rhythm found a kind of peace, a turning that would never really cease. Some lives are lived out far from where we look, they're the ones that write the longer book. The lighthouse keeper's son stayed by the shore, while others left for cities, he stayed more. The lighthouse keeper's son with steady hands, still turning light across the shifting sand. Children left, they always seemed to leave. He watched their boats and didn't wear his sleeve. He kept the light because the light was true, and somewhere out there someone needed through. Some lives are lived out far from where we look, but they're the ones that write the longer book. The lighthouse keeper's son stayed by the shore, while others left for cities, he stayed more. The lighthouse keeper's son with steady hands, still turning light across the shifting sand. Steady hands. The lighthouse keeper's son.
Gravel lane behind the school is gone. They paved it over sometime before dawn. I walked it every morning half asleep, with nothing much but promises to keep. The oak that marked the corner's gone as well, cut down the year after the big storm fell. I didn't know that I was saying goodbye to everything I walked beneath that sky. Gravel lane, I still can feel the stones, the way they shifted underneath my bones. Gravel lane, you're under concrete now, but you still live in me somehow. My My son asked me today where I grew up. I showed him on a map and filled his cup. He nodded like he understood the place, but couldn't see what I still see in space. Gravel lane, I still can feel the stone, the way they shifted underneath my bone. Gravel lane, you're under concrete now, but you still live in me somehow. You still live in me. Gravel lane.
It smelled of paper, dust and old respect, the kind of place that time forgot to rest. The owner knew where everything was kept, in stacks so high the upper shelves just slept. I'd spend my lunch hour in the poetry row, moving my finger slowly, reading slow. Nobody rushed me, nobody said leave, just the ticking clock and the afternoon eve. There are rooms that shape the people that we are, not with lessons, just with how they are. The bookshop on Vine is a coffee place now. The shelves are gone, I don't remember how. The bookshop on Vine, I still go in and stand where the poetry row was, coffee cup in hand. The owner retired somewhere warm, they say. The books dispersed to libraries far away, but the room still holds something in its bones, a quiet that belongs to certain tones. The bookshop on Vine is a coffee place now. The shelves are gone, I don't remember how. The bookshop on Vine, I still go in and stand where the poetry row was, coffee cup in hand. Still standing there, the bookshop on Vine. I found it folded at the bottom drawer, a cardigan you wore in '64. The blue has softened into something gray, The buttons still do up the same old way. I held it to the window in the light, the way you used to on a winter night, checking for the wear around the cuff. You never threw away a thing you loved enough. The smallest things survive the longest years, outlasting all the words and all the tears. The blue cardigan, still soft to hold, still carrying the warmth against the cold. I keep it not because I can't move on, but because letting go means you are gone. My sister said to give it to the store. I smiled and said I'd think about it more. But some things aren't for thinking, they just stay. A blue cardigan at the end of the day. The smallest things survive the longest years, outlasting all the words and all the tears. The blue cardigan, still soft to hold, still carrying the warmth against the cold. I keep it not because I can't move on, but because letting go means you are gone. Still soft to hold, the blue cardigan.
There's a bench beside the library door where two old men would sit at 4:30. They'd argue over baseball and the news. One wore a cap, the other wore old shoes. I'd pass them on my way to catch the bus. They'd wave at me like I was one of us. And somewhere in their years I found a peace, a kind of slow and generous release. Empty bench, nobody sits there now. The town moved on, I can't remember how. Empty bench, with the paint worn through, still holding all the hours that they knew. I sat there once last winter on my own. The cold came through my coat down to the bone. And in the stillness of that afternoon, I heard their laughter like a quiet tune. Empty bench, nobody sits there now. The town moved on, I can't remember how. Empty bench, with the paint worn through, still holding all the hours that they knew. Still holding empty bench. empty bench.
I took the night train just to have a ride. No destination, just the countryside. The town slid past like pages of a book. I pressed my face against the glass to look. A woman slept across the aisle from me. The old man hummed something in a minor key. The conductor punched my ticket without words. Outside the window, only fields and birds. Sometimes the going is the point itself. A moving room, a pause upon the shelf. Night train to nowhere, that was fine with me. Just the sound of iron on the track, running free. Night train to nowhere, long and dark and slow, taking me to somewhere I didn't need to go. I got off at a station, no one there, just a single light and the cold night air. Waited for the morning train back home and felt completely fine to be alone. Sometimes the going is the point itself. A moving room, a pause upon the shelf. Night train to nowhere, that was fine with me. Just the sound of iron on the track, running free. Night train to nowhere, long and dark and slow, taking me to somewhere I didn't need to go. Nowhere at all. Night train rolling on.
You drove me to the airport that great day. We talked about the weather all the way. The flight, the bags, the gate, the time to spare. Two people saying everything but there. I checked in and you waited by the door. The kind of pause we'd both been through before. We hugged the way that people hug goodbye, when neither one of them will let it cry. The words were there inside us all along, just too afraid of being right or wrong. What we didn't say still fills the room, like morning light inside an empty room. didn't say was everything, the quiet underneath the everything. I still don't know if you felt what I felt, or if the silence was the only hand we dealt. But looking back across all those years, what we didn't say still finds me here. The words were there inside us all along, just too afraid of being right or wrong. What we didn't say still fills the room, like morning light inside an empty room. What we didn't say was everything, the quiet underneath the everything still fills the room. What we didn't say. Played in Miller's field until it froze. Nobody owned it, everybody knows. It stretched from the fence line to the hill, and on a clear day you could see the mill. In summer we would camp there overnight and tell the kind of stories that invite a shiver and a laugh, and then the stars, as close as they would ever get to ours. A field is just a field until it's not, until it holds inside it all you've got. Miller's field is condominiums now. I drove past slowly, not remembering how. Miller's field still lives inside the chest, where all the fields we loved in us suppressed. I told my nephew, he just nodded slow, the way that young folks do when old folks go, on about a place that isn't there. He was kind enough to act like he could care. A field is just a field until it's not, until it holds inside it all you've got. Miller's field is condominiums now. I drove past slowly, not remembering how. fields we loved in us oppressed, still pressed inside. Miller's Field.
Dries along the line, a pale and patient row. Each thread recalls your hand in mine from years we used to know. Time does not divide, it only lets things glide across a quieter shore than either asked before. The daylight folds the yard in calm and even tone. The hardest part was not so hard once standing there alone. Time does not divide, it only lets things glide across a quieter shore than either asked before. Breeze moves through the trees, it carries small release. The past is not away, it waits beside the gate. Time does not divide, it only lets things glide across a quieter shore than either asked before, and leaves the heart untied. Baked on Sundays, always had, she said, the whole house filled with warm and rising bread. My father read the paper in his chair, and I played on the floor without a care. Those mornings had a sound and had a smell, a language only family knows to tell. I didn't write it down, I didn't know that one day I would need it so. Flower and Sunday, warmth inside a room, a life so full it had no need for gloom. Flower and Sunday, simple, soft and true, the kind of love that holds you when you're through. Now I bake on Sundays for my own, and try to pass the warmth that I was shown. My children drifting from the other rooms, drawn by the bread, drawn by the old perfumes.
and Sunday, warmth inside a room. A life so full it had no need for gloom. Flower and Sunday, simple, soft and true. The kind of love that holds you when you're through. Simple and true. Flower and Sunday. We fished that river every other week. My grandfather and I, too tired to speak. The line would drift and tangle in the reeds, and neither one of us had any needs. He'd light his pipe and let the morning go. I'd watch the water moving dark and slow. We never caught much, never kept a thing, but every year we went back every spring. Slow river, carry me back to then, before I knew I'd need it all again. Slow river, you were more than just a stream. You held the two of us inside a dream. He's been gone now for almost 20 years, but when I find a river, I find him here. I bring my grandson now, we sit the same, barely speak and almost say his name. Slow river, carry me back to then, before I knew I'd need it all again. Slow river, you were more than just a stream. You held the two of us inside a dream. Inside a dream. Slow river, kettle hums a tender line, steam curls in the morning light. A chair stands close to mine, still holding last night's quiet. We left our words upon the air, like coats upon the stair. No sorrow filled the room, just space enough to bloom. Your cup has left a ring, a circle pale and slow. It's says we shared a spring more gently than we know. We left our words upon the air like coats upon the stair. No sorrow filled the room, just space enough to bloom. The floorboards breathe beneath my soft and sweet. What fades is not undone. It rests when day is done. We left our words upon the air like coats upon a stair. No sorrow filled the room, just space enough to boom. And silence keeps it fair. I grew up where the ocean met the cliff, where fog would roll in like a morning gift. His father kept the light through every night and taught the boy to love what guides the light. Climb the stairs and watch the beam go round, a slow and steady and a trusted sound. And in that rhythm found a kind of peace, a turning that would never really cease. Some lives are lived out far from where we look, they're the ones that write the longer book. The lighthouse keeper's son stayed by the shore, while others left for cities, he stayed more. The lighthouse keeper's son with steady hands, still turning light across the shifting sand. Children left, they always seemed to leave. He watched their boats and didn't wear his sleeve. He kept the light because the light was true, and somewhere out there someone needed through. Some lives are lived out far from where we look, but they're the ones that write the longer book. The lighthouse keeper's son stayed by the shore, while others left for cities, he stayed more.
more. The lighthouse keeper's son with steady hands, still turning light across the shifting sand. Steady hands. Lighthouse keeper's son.
The gravel lane behind the school is gone. They paved it over sometime before dawn. I walked it every morning half asleep, with nothing much but promises to keep. The oak that marked the corner's gone as well, cut down the year after the big storm fell. I didn't know that I was saying goodbye to everything I walked beneath that sky. Gravel lane, I still can feel the stones, the way they shifted underneath my bones. Gravel lane, you're under concrete now, but you still live in me somehow. My son asked me today where I grew up. I showed him on a map and filled his cup. He nodded like he understood the place, but couldn't see what I still see in space. Gravel lane, I still can feel the stone, the way they shifted underneath my bones. Gravel lane, you're under concrete now, but you still live in me somehow. You still live in me. Gravel lane.
It smelled of paper, dust and old respect, the kind of place that time forgot to rest. The owner knew where everything was kept, in stacks so high the upper shelves just slept. I'd spend my lunch hour in the poetry row, moving my finger slowly, reading slow. Nobody rushed me, nobody said leave, just a ticking clock and the afternoon eve. There are rooms that shape the people that we are, not with lessons, just with how they are. The bookshop on Vine is a coffee place now. The shelves are gone, I don't remember
bookshop on Vine, I still go in and stand where the poetry row was, coffee cup in hand. The owner retired somewhere warm, they say. The books dispersed to libraries far away, but the room still holds something in its bones, a quiet that belongs to certain tones. The bookshop on Vine is a coffee place now. The shelves are gone, I don't remember how. The bookshop on Vine, I still go in and stand where the poetry row was, coffee cup in hand. Still standing there, the bookshop on Vine. I found it folded at the bottom drawer, a cardigan you wore in '64. The blue has softened into something gray, the buttons still do up the same old way. I held it to the window in the light, the way you used to on a winter night, checking for the wear around the cuff. You never threw away a thing you loved enough. The smallest things survive the longest years, outlasting all the words and all the tears. The blue cardigan, still soft to hold, still carrying the warmth against the cold. I keep it not because I can't move on, but because letting go means you are gone. My sister said to give it to the store. I smiled and said I'd think about it more, but some things aren't for thinking, they just stay. A blue cardigan at the end of the day. The smallest things survive the longest years, outlasting all the words and all the tears. The blue cardigan, still soft to hold, still carrying the warmth against the cold. I keep it not because I can't move on, but because letting go means you are gone. Still soft to hold, the blue cardigan.